Hi there. In June of last year, some enterprising congressmen got together and inserted some hemp legalization language into the Porky Farm Bill so universities and specially sanctioned farmers could participate in a little legal hemp growing. Hemp is the non-drug relative of marijuana whose impressive history could fill textbooks with its early American roots. Hemp has been demonized when it should be explored and exploited, and now the DEA is trying to stand in the way of some good old-fashioned agricultural research. That is horsepucky. Kentucky Congressman Thomas Massie joins us to give us the ins, the outs, and the what for on hemp growing. Welcome back, Congressman Massie.
Thanks, Kennedy. Well, yeah, we hit a little speed bump here. Our Commissioner of Agriculture, James Comer, has been on a mission to bring hemp back to Kentucky. He legalized it at the state legislature, and the governor signed it. I came to Congress. We offered it as an amendment to the Farm Bill, passed it, and the president signed it into law. Everything should be okay, right? But then our commissioner gets his seed shipment in Kentucky. It makes it through customs, comes to Kentucky, and guess what? The DEA confiscates it. And they wouldn't give him the seeds that we're supposed to use to plant this hemp in Kentucky. Completely legal. So what's he do? He has to sue the federal government to get his seeds back. They're still not cooperating very well. We thought we had an agreement where he would sign some import-export permit, you know, make them happy. But now they're asking to see where he's going to store the seeds.
And
so
isn't the DEA trying to get you to admit that this is a controlled substance up there with, I don't know, marijuana and heroin and methamphetamine, that somehow hemp, which is the part of the plant that is not imbued with THC, and it's not dangerous. I mean, it literally is one of the most functional pieces of agriculture, but they're trying to get you and hemp farmers to admit that it's a drug when it isn't.
Look, I'm going to eat some hemp seeds right here in my hemp bar. I'm going to be fine. I'll be able to complete the segment. This is rope, not dope. It's food. It's oil. Look, it's not psychoactive. And here's the thing. The DEA keeps moving the goalpost. So our Commissioner of Agriculture, James Comer, he's now asking them, look, what statute are you relying on to regulate hemp out of existence in Kentucky when how come that same statute wouldn't apply in Washington or Colorado where you're turning a blind eye to marijuana? So what I'm calling for now, I'm asking the president, maybe somebody didn't get the memo at the DEA because he's not enforcing the marijuana laws in other states. Why is he enforcing a hemp law that no longer applies after the Farm Bill was passed and he signed it? What gives the DEA the authority to enforce that in Kentucky? So that's what we're asking. Is there a double standard here? Somebody at the DEA missed the memo. I think the president should come out and tell us what his position is on hemp. And just let's stop this nonsense.
And Congressman Massie, it sounds like you haven't gotten a response from the White House. Are there other members of Congress that are willing to get involved in this fight with you?
Well, absolutely. You know, Jared Polis from Colorado and Earl Blumenauer, those are both Democrats who co-sponsored this hemp amendment with me. And now we have the DEA telling us what the hemp amendment means, what the statute means. We wrote it.
Yeah.
We're still here. We're not the founding fathers. We're still alive, and we're trying to tell them what it means. And it means get out of Kentucky, let us grow our hemp. You should be at the borders. You know, there were probably a couple tons of heroin and cocaine came across the borders while you were infatuated with our 250 pounds of hemp seeds, you know.
I know, and that's ridiculous. And by the way, why don't you look to some of your counterparts in other agricultural states like Indiana and Ohio and Nebraska and Missouri and other places where hemp could flourish. It could feed small farmers. It could go into my smoothie like it does every day because hemp protein is way better than soy protein. It's better than whey. It is a complete protein. It's great for the brain, high in fiber, and it's really awesome. I can't speak highly enough for it. Thank you very much, Congressman.
Thank you very much, Kennedy.